Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of T-Sitters. Today is Friday, the 5th of March, episode 30. My name's Kurt Conley. I'm here with Rev Nissen. How are you today, Rev?
Yeah, doing well, Kurt. Doing all right. Had to do the last test hitters without you. It was a bit weird. There was an absent thing to my whatever. I don't know how it's recorded, but to my left or right, and it just there was this void of nothingness, and it was We missed you, Kurt.
Well,
We missed you.
I was happy on the beach. I know you did call me, but my Mac is not waterproof, so there's no way that I was doing the video with you on the beach. So I apologize. I needed some time off. My wife was very angry with me. I have not stopped working. I'm actually coming down. I feel a little bit sick at the moment. I think I was unwinding and I'm just coming back to work and my body's not ready to come back to work yet. So, but anyway, I am back here. Another episode of T-Sitters. I'm glad to be home. Glad to be back in the office. Exciting things happening in the market. Lots to cover. So let's jump into it. If you're ready, Rev.
I was just about to say my wife must not be happy right now. Let's go for it.
Okay, as always, the content that we covered in our videos, these channels, our Discord, our Facebook, and our Twitter is not to be considered investment advice. We are not financial advisors. These are just our opinions, ideas, and speculative theories on the crypto market. Okay, so the trade, the weekly hits, as always, for new members that are joining us for the first time, we cover trades in the T-Sitters, and then we go back and look at what the trade has done over the previous days. So episode 21 that Rev done on his own, lonesome, which was a good episode, Rev. You done well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Proud of you.
I'll take a bow.
The token name was BQX. The entry was 11,800 sats. The current sat value right now, as a recording, is 11,500 sats. So 2.3 minus deviation on that. It did go out to 14,161 sats. So if you had got the entry and the high, there was a 20% move there, okay? And what we always do with the new rollout and new format of T-Sitters, we have this ongoing ROE table. So the way this works is if we started with $500 capital and traded it over and we took 50%, we only took 50% of what the entry to the high was, because we're not perfect. We set a stop loss and we take 50% of what the trade makes. So you can see there, for example, bot did 110%, we took 55%. True did 2.46%, we took 2.3%. So there you go. On the far right-hand side, you can see the rolling percentage. So it's gone from 55%, 58%, 71%, and now we're at 88% ROE, return on equity. Okay, so current balance, starting capital, $500 to $940, and that is what we're playing with as we speak. Next slide. Today we are talking about Tomochain. CMC ranking on Tomochain is 191. The current USD price is $1.80. Sat value is 3,800 sats. The trade setup. Okay, what do we mean by the trade setup? This is what we're looking at, and this is the technical analysis that Rev's about to run through on CryptoStat. So we're looking at the 4-hour, has been sideways on Tomochain for a long time, 2 months, maybe a little bit longer. It's been, just ranging there. Potential entry will be nice here or anywhere around that 3,350 sat range. Look to take profit around that 5,280 sat range. The reason why we say this is you could find certain levels for taking profit, and that is a nice, healthy take profit level. 123 Bitcoin is the 24-hour trading volume. One short-term buy notification. We're giving it about a 7 out of 10. Rev, let's pull up CryptoStat. Let's go through some data and let's have a look at the charts.
Yeah, sweet as. Let's check it out. So, Tomochain, let's bring it up. There it is. If we look at the current tokenomics of it, it has circulating supply of 80 mil and a total supply of 100 million. All-time high price was $2.67, so not far off where it is at the moment. And the all-time high, that was on February 24th, 2021. So, not too long ago as well. Excuse me. But let's check out the actual chart. And it's been sitting in this price channel for a while. And this is what we want to pay attention to. I think it was more visible on the 4-hourly. There it is. Yeah, so we've been sitting in this sort of sideways channel. We did fall out of it here, and then we built ourselves back into it. And what we traditionally see, if this pattern starts to play out into a chart, where you go sideways for a while, you lose it, and then you pick back up in the same range and go sideways for a bit, it can get volatile in bands, like in different band variations. So we can see here, we had a push out, we had a bigger push down, a higher low here versus the one prior, the pivot low, and then a push out a little bit higher than where it was before. And this is what I mean, the bouncing ball effect that we've spoken about a few times. This is exactly that happening right now. So it's sitting in this price channel at the moment. I'll put some horizontal lines on it. This is the sort of range of the TP at 5280. That's currently at 5290. So about where it went to prior. Just excuse me for a second. Just when it went to, just before, sorry, I had to cough. I couldn't hold it in anymore.
Very, very courteous of you to mute that, Rev.
You have to do it. I don't think anyone else wants me hearing me cough. But yeah, so there's this price channel playing out here. And if we grab these last two, they're about 3386, and that's why we're saying look for an entry somewhere. A good entry would be here to 3350 or lower. Anywhere from, pretty much there. You can wait for 3350 if you want, or you can go in here. It's up to you. But we're recommending a sort of TP or even initials out, or initials and some profits at 5280, and then you can let the rest ride out. But please pay attention, because if this does break out of here and we get like an hourly or a 4-hourly candle confirm out of this last two pivot highs, this could get exciting for Tomochain here. It does have some, cool things. It does do some wild stuff as well. You can see how well it did. What are we looking at from a sat perspective? 13,000 sats. We're at 3,000, so we're missing about 10,000 of that out of the chunk. It's gone. But it can do some wild things in very short time frames. You can see these are 4-hourly candles, and it went a bit wild here and then moved back down. The MACD as well right now on the 4-hourly, you can see we've just crossed the zero line. We're still bullish. If we start to see some sort of volume come in, this could be a potentially good trade. So just keep your eyes on that. And that's sort of all we really had on Tomo. There was another one that I was looking at, which kind of triggered the eyes, just a look. But it was nothing special, and I'll show you what, and literally only picked it up through cryptostat.org data. If you look here, if we use the volume change in the last 24 hours, we've had a volume change of 13,554 over here on Neblio. The last
Crazy.
price is 4281, volume 848. Last time I saw Neblio with this sort of volume was sometime in 2017 when it was on Cryptopia, which is no longer around. Mind you, they have some of my tokens, but they can keep them. I don't care anymore. It's just like whatever. A lot of people try to, get their funds back, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. But you can see here, look at that. Like, that's just stupidity. Price action, PND in 1 hour candle. Not cool.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, and it has a lot of these spikes. And you can see this one here. This spike here was crazy, and it was negative volume. This one had a positive hourly and then a negative hourly. And we've just done that again. 1, 2, 3 positives and one big, well, not even half the size of these last two ones here, worth of volume in negative. But the price is back down to where it started. So just be careful. But it's something just to keep your eyes on because of that volume. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why someone would pick up this much of it. But it's always good to have a reference and always be able to look back. So when we can talk about it, maybe we'll talk about it next week or the week after, a month from now, we can come back and say, hey guys, remember when we looked at this? This is what was happening and now we know why. Next time this happens, we can prepare ourselves in a certain way. But yeah, that's pretty much it on Tomo. And just keep your eyes out on this data through Binance at the moment. One thing I do want to check out before we move on, actually, Kurt, is the Binance MACD scanner. Just a quick overview of the rating, just so we can see where we're at, if you don't mind.
Oh, I have all the patience in the world.
we know that. We definitely know that. You can deal with me being an absolute nut before we do these and jumping around and dancing. If only these new people, if only Cryptofy actually knew how hard it is to deal with me. I think they'd give you a lot more credit to be able to sit there and listen to me. So we have 91 in a 94% range. We have, what are we looking at? Yeah, there's a lot of whale alerts coming through today. I'll tell you that much. 70%. We're looking at 106. Oh, I don't want to highlight that. So still looking decent. Pretty good there. Another thing I do want to cover is when we had this come in on Discord on Cryptofy, we had a lot of, I think it was the yearly term trades,
Yeah,
or was it long
yeah,
term trades. I know I'm sharing this with the people that, yeah, in a week's time will go out to the people that don't have TIS, but that's okay. You can see a lot of them were in a bearish, sentiment, and these came through on the 1st of this month, my time here in Melbourne. So all of them, literally all of them, were bearish. You can see the red saying we're looking to move down here. So maybe potentially in a short, next month or two, we might have these particular tokens move down. Just keep your eyes on it. But then when we look at the yearly term trades, everything's looking pretty good for a 3 to 12 month trajectory, except for ETH. For some reason, that might change tomorrow. The next time they come through, I'm not sure. But
yeah. It's quite weird that ETH did do that because like ETH was the only red one in the long. That was the longer term or the yearly, right? That was
that
the
was
yearly
the
one.
yearly, yeah. It's the only one that's
Yeah.
negative. But TIS does do this sometimes, especially because of price action of Ethereum in the last
Mhm.
2 weeks. Let's say, it hit a new high, and then it's literally come back down, smack that where it started, pretty much the last high and lower, and
Mhm.
now bouncing, and it just doesn't know what it wants. I think a lot of people have lost confidence in Ethereum, and we can see that as well. A lot of people are moving on to BNB, and BNB is kind of being that chain that Ethereum was in 2017 with
Yeah.
BSC chain coming on, doing new projects like ICOs. I think they call them IDOs
Yeah.
now.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And also you can see the volume and the transactions are starting to surpass as well. So there's a lot going on with the Binance Smart Chain and BNB moving in price dollar value recently as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, there is I think people are losing a little bit of faith in Ethereum, but obviously Ethereum's been around for pretty much ever. So there's still a lot of long-term people that believe in Ethereum, but there is I believe, and I think we talked about this as well, there's a shift happening.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, when we looked at Binance BNB as a TIS hitters, it was at like I think $40.
40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it went to $350 or so. So you can see the price impact from that perspective on
Mhm.
BNB on the token and what they're doing. Just keep your eyes on it, I guess. I know the current market is down at the moment, but just learn to deal with it because nothing keeps on going up forever. It needs to chill. It needs to take a breather, as we say. Sometimes it takes a breather for 3 years, but hopefully that's not where we're at now. But the data that we're
Rev,
seeing,
don't say that. Don't say 3 years.
the data that we're seeing is not suggesting that anytime soon. So, but it is data at the end of the day. It's not concrete or anything like that. But yeah, just wanted to put those things out for you guys.
Cool. Thanks for that.
No worries.
Okay, so a couple other things we're going to cover in this video is the secret token update and a little bit of info on Road to 1 Million. So as you guys know, the other night we had to sort of make a Mayday emergency announcement. We had been planning on talking about a secret token for some time. I obviously took some time off. I was down south on the beach with my family. Rev was bothering me, calling me every day saying, I need to talk to you. I want to announce the secret token. Obviously, I wasn't ready to because of my situation. And then the market had a bit of a pullback as well, right, Rev? The market changed. I got home. The night I got home, put my kids to bed, and Rev goes, can you quickly do some write-up stuff for the secret token? And we were both online. Twitter was open, and we seen a tweet be announced from the team. And we both reached for our phones and we were like, oh my God, the timing on this couldn't be any more worse. So what did we do? We quickly went into Discord. Didn't do it the normal way that we like to talk about tokens because we do like to give some sort of framework and we like to talk to people about what we're looking at. So from us, the Cryptofy team, we apologize on the chaos and the randomness of it. We did try our best to do it as quickly as possible, but when information gets out on Twitter, stuff moves pretty quickly. And we did see, a lot of price movement and stuff action happen pretty quickly, right, Rev?
Yeah. We were looking at dropping this at the 30,000, 32,000 sat range, and it's just unfortunate, but that's okay. But yeah, it did start moving, and that's why we had to pull the trigger because we didn't want you guys to miss out because of us not being 100% sure. And we could see that, it just, once it went out to public, people started looking at it on that tweet, and the price just went a bit crazy, had a slight pullback, and then went off again. So we did our best in the craziness of things, as you mentioned, Kurt. But we do apologize for the way it was done. We didn't even get a chance to give anyone to guess and potentially, send them $100 like we did last time with XBS.
Yeah, so that's definitely our style, and that's what we wanted to do as well. Yeah. So you can partly blame me because I had to take some time off. So I'll take this one. I'll take this one for the team.
Don't stress. I think everyone understands.
Yeah, but let's quickly go over some quick numbers here. So this was the information that we were going to go through, plus a bit of a write-up, but I parked that for now. So EasyFi was the token. The price at the time that we were meant to be dropping it was $19. 24-hour change was 14%. Market cap, 33 million. Love that number. Circulating supply is low, 1.73 million. Total supply is 10 million. Now, just a quick thing, there's a lot of micro lending going on with EasyFi. DeFi, it's a hot topic, and they have some really cool stuff that they're working on. Staking as well, it's built on the Matic platform. I think with the staking that they've got coming out soon is you can stake with stable coins, and also when you get rewarded in EasyFi tokens as well as Matic tokens. Like, I don't know if anyone else is doing that, right, Rev?
Yeah, that's like a dual. That's weird.
Right.
I haven't heard of that before. Not from.
And you can stake with stable coins, which is kind of weird as well. So, like, I can stick my stable coins in there. There's no fluctuation, and I'm getting rewarded in EasyFi tokens and Matic tokens. That's some cool stuff. So it's quite new. It's layer 2 protocol. So definitely have a look at all of that. It's something that definitely caught our eye. As you know, we love low circulating supply tokens, and we do feel like this particular token has got a good setup and has got a bright future as well. I don't know if you wanted to add anything else. Hey, buddy!
Is Levi going on 2 sitters, is he? Sorry, Kurt. Give me a moment.
Levi's coming in with his scooter. Let's take a time out.
That was Levi for you, joining us on 2 sitters there. Sorry, guys.
Parent life. Rev, do you want to quickly pull up a chart for EasyFi, just so we can quickly just chart this up for now and let people know? I mean, I don't think I still think there's a good entry on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's currently back down to sort of that same range as well. Obviously, all the crazy hype through Twitter has chilled out as well, and the market demand is coming down as well. It's in a bearish sentiment for the time being. So you can see we literally dropped it. You can only see it really on a 15-minute, and we just had to because you could really see what was happening from Twitter. And I think there was a lot of volume pickup from the day prior. Probably 2 days prior my time, which was really annoying me because you could see what was happening. And this is why I was bothering you so much, Kurt, because I was like, Kurt, I don't know what's happening, but there's something happening in the back end. Like, there's volume coming out of nowhere. This thing had no volume. No one's looking at it. All of a sudden, in the last 24, 40, 36 hours, it's just heaps of volume is coming in, and it was significant volume. And I was like, man, Kurt, something's happening. And I knew there was going to be this, and I just knew it. There was something brewing in the back end. And then, we decided, we need to let everybody know. We literally dropped it there. They dropped it 15 minutes prior to us.
So when you say the tweet, right? The tweet went out about Binance Smart Chain 15 minutes later. And as soon as we seen it, we were like rushed to Discord and said, we're sorry about this, but this is what's going on. And this is the token. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah,
so this is when they dropped their tweet in this candle. We had to drop the token as a secret token here. And then you can see what's happened in that catastrophic time frame. And it just went berserk from there. It came back down for a little retrace in this area, pushed right out again. And now you can see what's happening due to the market that we're in. So we're pretty much back to that candle. Like, you can see the red line is the current price. This is on the open of this one is when we mentioned it. So we're pretty much back down to that sort of range, which is good. It's potentially better that it is in this range. And this is where we initially wanted to sort of start speaking about it prior as well. Before, you can see the volume. Look at the volumes. We wanted to speak about it somewhere in here when it was sort of going down for a little dip, and this was in February. So about a week ago, about a week and a half, we were paying attention to it and looking for it. But with the circulating supply, it has, and the reason being for it, like look at this chart since it's been dropped. Even on a 15-minute chart, it was just this sideways action chart that was ready to make a decision, ready to make a pop, ready to go for it. And now if we throw the horizontal line on where we are right now, we can see that this is the last pivot high that we had when there was some sort of volume, and then there was this calm before the storm, and then the storm started to build up with a whole lot of volume, and then the Twitter announcement from them was dropped, and then we had to make the decision to let it go as well. And you can see what's happened there. Now we've come back to test that range as well, which is, it's really interesting because that was a breakout point as well, which I didn't even know that was potentially a breakout point up until now. So maybe we go for a nice bounce here. We go and try and push this high. I wouldn't even consider the wick as the issue here. I'd probably consider these lots of bodies at 5.6 the issue, 56,000 sats, where to look for some sort of price action, whether it rejects or actually pushes from there. So just keep an eye out for that as well. And also the current market it's unstable. And we mentioned this before, it's unstable. Yeah, we just don't know where we're going to go from here, but we'll see.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Yes, it will. Okay, so I'll just quickly, the next image there, Rev, if you wanted to just quickly flick over to that was just showing the tweet for people that missed the tweet. So you can always go check their Twitter. A lot of people in the community, a lot of people following their information. If you do want to go follow the progress, head over to their Twitter. You can check out their mediums and see what's going on. Okay, so another bit of exciting news is we did finally close Road to 1 Million Trade 1. It was a long one. Don't get us wrong. We were really excited to close this trade. Not one of our best trades to have chosen for Road to 1 Million. There was a bunch of other things that we were looking at. There was a couple that we could have done 100% in a couple of weeks. However, we are still long-term bullish on Beam as a particular trade. We've made that very clear from the start. So we felt that Beam was a good trade. It's still done 100%. Okay, so there's no complainings about that. The trade is closed. You can see there, starting capital was 1,044. Balance after trade was $2,002. Token name is Beam. We traded up on Binance. We did talk about it in the Beam BTC pair at the beginning. This always causes controversy. People ask, why are we talking USDT when you should be talking in Bitcoin? Then when we talk in Bitcoin, they're like, why are you trading in Bitcoin if it's road to $1 million? It's not road to 1 million Bitcoin. So we can never get it right. It doesn't matter what we do, right? So, but you did write something in Discord the other day regarding the Beam Bitcoin pair when we were trading it and we were marking it up, Rev. Did you want to elaborate?
Yeah, it's just that BTC was sideways at that time. So there was no real potential to look at the dollar perspective chart when we did this. There was nothing that was happening on a chart that looked significant. So because Bitcoin was sideways, it was acting as a stable coin when we first initially dropped this. So you had to look at the BTC chart to see some sort of significance. And what we were looking for was for a potential breakout at that range on the SAT value perspective. And we did achieve that. That was achieved. It opened a new candle, went higher, it closed that and confirmed that candle, and that's where the trade began a candle prior. So that was the reason why we went with the BTC chart for it.
Yeah. Now, always remember that Road to 1 Million is all about stacking the dollars to turn $1,000 into $1 million. No, there's no guarantees. It is an experiment. It is an exciting experiment. I know there's a lot of people that are involved in this, and we created this because there is a lot of people out there that do not like to day trade. They don't have the time, and they want to try something completely different. So please keep that in mind when we're talking in the channels that we are looking to stack the dollars. We're not looking to stack Bitcoin. The price of the entry was 46 cents. We closed at 89.1. I do believe it went to, what was it, Rev? 91.5.
91.5. So
yeah,
like
91.5.
minimal percentage away from 100%. I think that's more than warranted for it to go there.
I know that we say 100%. Everyone's like, oh, well, it only done like 98.9%. You know, I think everyone can get on board with us with this one, that we needed to close this particular trade. If we make 102% in the next one, does that balance it out? I don't know. So yeah, the trade was closed. ROI was 93.7%. And it was closed on the 22nd of February. We are ready for the next trade. We did make an announcement about half an hour ago that we will be launching, we will be dropping the next trade in the next 24 hours. So it's about 4:30 Melbourne time.
Yeah.
Dependent on the market, because the market is unstable at the moment with Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't know what to do. It's pushing out above 50. That's coming back down. So if Bitcoin can chill and hold, then we will announce the next trade, or we might hold off, just dependent. It could go both ways. We could announce the trade
100%.
and the trade. We could do make the announcement, and a day later Bitcoin could do something drastic. We don't know. Yeah. So we will assess it at the time. At the end of the day, we're always looking for the best interest of the trade and also for the community and making the right decisions. Yes, it is a bit stressful with Road to 1 million. We appreciate everyone that's involved in the experiment, but we're happy to keep pushing through and making it out to that 10th trade. It has been done before. We did talk about this way before we even set up the Road to 1 million, when we asked people would they be interested or would they like something like this. We got a lot of feedback. So yeah, we're just, obviously it's a little bit different, because when you do it behind closed doors, it's a lot more different when you're in public and you're documenting everything. Yeah. There is some added pressure, but we love the pressure, right, Rev? We get out of bed for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
I'm sure you do. So yeah, that is everything for Road to 1 million. Did you have anything to add to that, Rev?
No, I think you covered all bases, but yeah, we're looking forward to it. Just remember, guys, it's an experiment. And some people say, oh, I want to do the Road to 1 million, and that's it. Yeah, look, just remember, it's an experiment. And that's cool that that's all you want to do, but yeah, just...
Another thing that I'm going to say...
I need to release the pressure off the pressure cooker a little bit, I reckon.
I also want to reiterate something as well. Everyone asked us in the beginning, what do they think we should start with? It's always been start with $1,000. Now, I know, you know, that some people went in with $5,000, $4,000, a little bit more. And then all the private messages start and the DMs start when we're 2-3 weeks into the trade. Oh, what do you think Beam's going to do here? I went in with more money than I should have. I don't know what to do. And then the direct messages come another week or two later saying, I'm selling out of Beam. It's going down too much. I can't afford to lose this much money. And they were overexposed. They shouldn't have gone in with $4,000 or $5,000 or whatever they went in with. That's not the point of this. There's a lot to learn from Road to 1 million. We've covered so many things with Road to 1 million. There's a psychological part. There's an emotional part. There's so many things that you need to learn from Road to 1 million, and also dealing with this kind of capital. When we get to trade 5, 6, if you can't handle just putting in $1,000 and trading that, and we get to 5, 6, 7th trade, you're going to find it a lot harder to, you know, manage your emotions and manage the psychology behind it as well. So the earlier trades is actually the best part of it, because you are learning a few things along the way. So please remember that. And I know that there's a few people and there's a lot of new members that have come in. They are actually going to be starting, because they didn't get on the first trade, they're going to start with $2,000 in trade 2. That's fine. But if you're thinking of, that's your decision. But if you're thinking of going in with $5,000, $10,000, just be careful, because we do have a lot of messages from people that bailed out of Beam because they put way too much in and they were highly overexposed.
Yeah, and another thing I'll add to it is, because of all the craziness that happened in Road to 1 million chat in that time frame, it really threw us up. Like, we had a trade set up just to go straight into the next trade. And I'm not going to mention what trade it was, but it's definitely done more than 100% right now. And, that's disheartening to us. It was going to be traded on the 24th, 23rd to the 24th, which was 24 hours. You can see this is the exit date, and 22nd and 2nd. But because of all the craziness and all the, just take it easy, guys. Chill out, relax, because you could have potentially got the second trade now, and it's done more than 100%. I actually measure it. I've got it on my screen, on my top screen. I'll measure it just for good measure.
We had to mute the channel. We had to slow things down a bit because of people just get a bit, out of control. But like I said, Rev and I have got so many DMs of people not following the process, not understanding what they're doing, throwing way too much money at it, and then not being able to deal with it. So stick to the plan, stick to the process. There's people that have been in this from day one, and they're totally chill. They're loving the ride, loving the experiment. So the more that you can do that, the better. If you want to go and try and do something different, then obviously there's potential repercussions with that as well.
Yeah.
So that is it for Road to 1 Million. I'm glad that we closed trade 1. We are ready for trade 2. Look forward to it. We will do the same things. We will show you the wallet. We will do a video. We will do the TA. And as always, we document everything for Road to 1 Million. And we look forward to the next couple of trades. It should be some exciting times.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Cheers, guys. Catch you all soon, I guess, Kurt. And
yeah, that's
Tomo.
basically it. Tis hitters. Tomo is the trade. That is what we're looking at. It is Friday. We'll be having the weekend off. If you're not a member or you're not subscribed to the channel, please like and subscribe to the channel below. You can head over to Discord. You can sign up and register. We will see you Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. Bye for now.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Kurt. Bye.